when I've gone and done it. I've gone and made a big bad mistake. I said some naughty words before the recording. We were playing Call of Duty, so some of the words come out that shouldn't have come out.
It was my Cleveland impression. I do not have a Cleveland Brown impression.
Yeah, he just puts on the mustache. Don't worry, that's all he puts on is the mustache.
I mean, I've got to get facial hair somehow.
And maybe sometimes he puffs up the hair to have the hair like Cleveland. Sometimes. Not all the time.
I don't think it's physically possible.
And this is a character about being axed. And you don't like...
I suppose the question to set the scene, why are characters in danger of being axed?
Yeah, there's... we'll get into it. One thing... This is...
He's not fucking he doesn't want to answer that fucking question. Anyways, people are at risk of being axed because there's going to be a new executive producer in February. Chris Clenshaw's stepping down. Chris Clenshaw's stepping down, so obviously he will have to... And then I think it's Ben Wadey is the new guy, and he's going to make some cuts of the characters he thinks are dead weight, and going to have to just change the show to be a bit more in their image. I'm trying to remember who was cut in the Chris Clenshaw era.
Whitney, technically.
Whitney, Ben, technically. Karen was gone, yeah.
Charlie, technically. Mick.
Yeah.
Janine again.
And
Ricky, Sam.
Yeah.
Tegan. Tiffany.
Nah, I think Keegan and Tiffany have gone a while ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, each executive producer generally makes a different set of cuts about who they want to have on the show and work with, and who they decide doesn't really have anything wrong. I'd probably, if I had to suggest, I'd say Vinny's probably gone. Let's be honest. Vin, and yeah, there's a list that we can just read anyways.
I'll get to it in a second. Obviously, Vinny, I wouldn't mind if he gets axed. He gets axed. But I think if he redeems himself, Jesus Christ, being shot. But if he redeems himself and actually stands up to Nish, if Nish comes back, because I feel like Nish is doing bring up my least favorite booker of all time, his favorite trope, Vince Russo's Swerve, where he obviously comes back and it's like, I'm not taking the fault. I wouldn't be surprised. But if Vinny somehow redeems himself and it's like, Dad, you've bad breath. So,
you've been abusing this family for years. It's time to leave.
Yeah, no, but he wouldn't. He'd be like, your shoes are untied. and your fly is down. I fucking hate you, Dad. But yeah, this is by Dark Sidious 10. Darth, not Dark, Darth. Characters in danger of the axe. One thing this year in particular has showcased for me is just how underused, expandable or expendable some of the cast are, which may put them at risk of an exit next year. Some characters have a clear shelf life and story arc like Mr. Reese, but others are just lightering or
Still doesn't say Mr. Reese.
It's just funny you're saying Mr. Reese. Mr. Anderson. Mr. Reese, but others are just lightering or loitering around in the square. If I had to pick 5 characters I could see being written out next year, it'd be like Felix, Callum, Anna, Freddie, and possibly Vinny. Anna and Freddie you just hate because they got rid of Bobby and probably because he has
they don't hate Freddie. Well, no, hold on. They don't hate Freddie and Anna. That was supposed to happen. But they do hate Freddie since he came back from doing Strictly, because they just decided that he's shit at this time.
It's like when a character gets recast and it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
They're talking about him like he's been recast, so that's the weird bit. He's not been he's the same fucking character. He just doesn't have Bobby to look smart, or not smart, but look funny with.
It's like when you're friends with a comedic, it's like when you're in school and you're friends with a comedic person, and then they're out of school, and then you keep talking about them, but they're only sick. They don't have there's not.
They're not dying or anything.
Yeah.
They're just all out for the day, and suddenly people are just like, "Wow, you're actually really boring without them." It's like, no, they're not. I'm really good on my own, I swear. Like all good partnerships are.
Depending.
Just everybody join in for Piggy's solo videos. How about that? Piggy, why are people leaving the show? Well, I'll talk about that in a bit.
Well, I'm going to talk about some nonsense for about 20 minutes, and then 5 minutes I'll talk about the EastEnders, and you will fucking enjoy it. Though I could see other actors playing Anna and Freddie leaving on their own accord.
Fuck it. All right. Who do we think will get axed? Felix, Callum.
See, I feel like I'm going to do the ballsy move and try and get rid of Jay somehow.
Oh, they can't get rid of Jay.
Yeah, but they'll try somehow.
He's untouchable.
It's like when WWE were trying to fire Mark Henry deliberately, but he kept coming back. So they were like, "We're going to have you have sex with this old lady." Okay, but I'm not going to leave. Yeah, but fuck you.
Who? Like, I could see Alfie getting axed again. I'll be honest.
I don't think he gets axed. I think he just goes, "I'm leaving."
Yeah, it's more likely he just fucks off.
He's like, "I'm going to do Panto, and I'm going to play the exact same character in Panto that I play in EastEnders."
Well, it's just, you can tell that if it's a good executive producer or not, depending on if they make like a long-running character leave. Like when Ian left, it went, fucking hell. I don't blame you, mate.
Max left as well, and then it's just like, and Danny Dyer technically left, but I don't really know if that's under. I guess he was just fed up of playing Danny. I was going to say Danny Dyer playing Danny Dyer, Nick Carter.
I mean, and the writing of them breaking up him and Linda to put him with Janine, and then just scuppering that too. So
yeah.
But like, yeah, I could see Vinny getting written out. I could see Felix getting written out. I could see Callum getting written out. I think Anna and Gina will stay fundamentally. Like, they've been embedded into the show. I could easily see a Linda exit. Not because they're tired of the character, but because the Linda character needs a break.
Yeah.
Just like Whitney needed a break.
It's like when you have that toy and you've had it for like 10 years, and it's like its arms hanging off like that.
Yeah.
It's like dangling. His leg can barely move, but you keep moving it, and the toy's just like, please
just put me down.
Please just kill me. It's pretty much any dog toy. Like, gets used for about 5 minutes, gets destroyed, buy me a new one, and you do. So yeah, I'll read on. I agree with your list. Felix, they never used them whatsoever. Callum, they don't know what to do with him without Ben. So Ben, number 7, is his only hope. Anna and Gina, they've done nothing with either sister. Wrong. One of them got drugged and had a pregnancy. Abortion storyline. So weirdly didn't divide anyone. Everyone just went, abortion. What a way to be civil. Never mind. Freddie, since his return, he's been dire. Vinny, nothing is said about Vinny.
This kind of explains the Vinny character anyway, so let's be honest.
Jack, I wouldn't have said this before, this assaulting. Oh yeah, this side note.
How did we not talk about this?
Side note, there's accusations that Scott Nelson has seemingly done. I'll just put it my way. He seemingly done what Will did to that poor disabled woman in between us, where he accidentally threw a frisbee at her. He's seemingly done something like that, and I'm not getting into it, but that's all I know. But now, yeah, but that's it. That's all they say about Jack. They don't even bring up a logical reason why Jack should be axed. It's just bringing up him allegedly doing it to a disabled dog water.
I mean, I'd be fed up playing Jack at this point.
Oh, guys, I'm getting a story and you're depressed.
I was like, are you going to be nice? No, I'm going to moan at everyone. All right.
Barney, Penny's done fuck all. Why don't you get rid of her? That's like when you bring in
Penny and Harry. Fuck off. They're new. They've just been brought in this year.
Lauren, they've pretty much wronged her dry of storylines.
Yeah, because no one's. Look, I can understand. You get rid of Peter, sure. You can get rid of Peter. That's fine. They've done fuck all with him. Lauren is a different fuck. She still had shit to do.
Yeah. Johnny, unless they hurry up and give him something to do, then he's not going to be long.
He's been a part of the 6.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of the cast have the acts waiting to fall. They've either got these character storylines, although some of the actors behind them just might not be capable, or they're going to have a purge in 2024 or lose viewership.
All right. It's an interesting list. It's a very who is the flavour of the month to hate in this. Felix is probably gone, let's be honest. There's no real reason to have Felix about. Callum, likewise, he's done nothing. It's fair enough. It's quite reasonable. Ben, number 7, I don't think it's happening. Give it another year at least, and then maybe we'll come back to Ben Mitchell. But was it not only this year that he left?
He left at the start of this year.
Anna and Gina, like I said, I don't think they're going to be gone. I think eventually they'll put Gina and Jay together once they give Jay enough room to grieve over Lola. And I think that could actually kind of, allow her to put roots down and allow them to make the character more serious and progress her a bit more. Because she's shown signs of being an interesting character with her actions and being like quite morally kind of straight and being supportive of her family. Anna as well, they've invested a decent chunk of time to the character as well. Like I said, the abortion storyline, the relationship with Bobby, the relationship imminent with Freddie. Like,
don't forget the greatest storyline they had this year. Them kidnapping the lobsters.
That was great. But like, they've invested in her a lot, and I feel like as long as George and Elaine stick around, which I highly believe that, I don't know how long George will stick around. I wouldn't be surprised if he's there for like 3 years. But I feel like Elaine she's fucking put her feet under the table and put her own little like settee out, fucking got the dishcloth out and got the fucking tablecloth. Like, fucking hell, this is great, this. Because you obviously had that fucking story of her being like, yeah, I'm not even paid to go in. I just like to go behind the bar.
She just comes in on an half day. She's nothing to do. The kids are at school.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
fireworks. Freddie, like I said, he's not changed that dramatically since he came back. He's just no longer friends with Bobby. That's it. That's all they've changed to the character. But people fucking hate him now.
It's like if you have Shrek without Donkey. I only say that 'cause I'm wearing a Shrek shirt.
Yeah, but I don't want either without either.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's the kind of same thing.
Yeah.
You don't want Donkey without Shrek. Shrek you can kind of have without Donkey.
You don't want chicken without Lil.
Way. He's done it, lads. He's done it. Finish the recording. We're done.
The sky is falling.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, you're right. And pigs can fly. Hold on. Here you go.
I'm not editing that.
Yeah, that's why I did the jump.
Vinny is. I do think they'll add more Panasars very gradually because I mean, Nugget and Avani have had more character development in the last year than Vinny has had in the last 5. But you could easily like put him in a relationship with someone and kind of that's the one thing I will say. The relationships on the show have fucking suffered greatly under Chris Crenshaw because he both kind of went, okay, all these established relationships have been established for like a year or 2 now, dead. They're all dead and they're all gone. So okay, yeah, now we're gonna put Alfie and Kat back together. We're gonna probably do fucking Sharon Gate with Phil, Teddy, and Sharon. Like a lot of the relationships that were established are gone, and they've not really been replaced.
How about Picklegate? Custody over Mrs. Pickles.
I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
The custody over the rabbit, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, Pickles. I thought you said Pickles.
Yeah, Picklegate.
I thought you were writing you in a fucking self-insert storyline.
Yeah, fight over me.
But like, fundamentally, it's not really been a great time for relationships. Suki and Eve, I guess, at a stretch, but even then, so it's not really been, the most love they find is all the fucking Twitter stands being like, yeah, she touched her fucking hair, yeah, I'm fucking wet. It's like, fucking hell, alright, stop getting horny on the timeline.
It's like Callum.
You're allowed to, of course, but
it's like Callum, like they can't move, they don't want Callum to move on, but it
is killing the character very slowly.
It is. It's basically
it's
like
death by 1,000 cuts.
It's basically if like Dwayne Johnson stop hanging around with Kevin Hart. It's just like, yeah, but you have to let him be. Kevin Hart has to be Kevin Hart. He can't be like, I'm friends with Dwayne, and guess what? I'm small. He's tall. Woo! It's like you're gonna kill him if you have him just be The Rock all the time. It's the same with that. Where if you just have Callum hang on to the past, it's going to be the same. Fucking Jesus.
You're going to react to them every fucking time they pop up. But every single one of these videos got about 30 seconds and you got, fucking hell. Fucking noises.
I'm scared. I don't get this in Ireland. They haven't existed yet.
They've not invented the fireworks yet.
Yeah.
Jack's not going anywhere. Or at least if they are, they're bringing back Max first, as they want the Brannings back.
He's a man with no hair.
Jack has been quite a big piece of the last year or two. Well, let's just say year. He was quite a big piece of the last year. They've invested quite heavily in Amy, who people still say is shit, despite her actually being quite good. Look, let's be honest. His alleged assault of a disabled person, I think it was over dog poo or some shit. It's because someone didn't pick up some dog poo. Which is why his supposed fight broke out.
Wait, so you're telling me he actually punched the man in the wheelchair?
From what the story suggests, yeah.
Yeah, but he should know that the disabled man's at a disadvantage. He can't really bend down to pick up the
we've seen
poo.
Penny throw Chelsea into garbage
No.
bags.
What I'm saying is, it's harder for the disabled man to pick up the poo because he's in a wheelchair. He has no functioning mobility in his legs. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be like saying, yeah, I hate the guy with no arms. So he didn't lift the lobsters off the shelf. He can't. He has no fucking arms.
I'm not defending the guy.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get wound up by it, lads.
I'm not defending the guy. Fucking hell. Yeah, Jack's got a job for life if he wants it.
Yeah.
Bernie, it's Bernie's time to go. After the sick stuff wraps up, she's gone. There's no point in her being there at all. Penny, fuck off. Just because you don't like her doesn't mean she's being axed. Harry, no, he's just been introduced, and we're exploring his mum as well.
Who's in next week?
Or this week, or probably in today's episode when this comes out.
Yeah, probably.
Lauren, they've wrung her dry of the storylines. They can write new storylines for fuck's sake. Bloody hell, they're out of storylines. Guess I'm thinking they're just going to make her pregnant and have a baby because they like to treat all women as baby making machines. Fucking EastEnders. How many babies have there been this year? None, I don't think. Lily's baby was last year, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the child that Whitney had.
Oh, Dolly.
Dolly, yeah, not Brittany. Dolly. Yeah.
That fucking cow. Fucking ate that 14-year-old child.
Ruining in the marriage. How dare she? So what? And the man had unprotected sex with another woman, still gonna ruin a relationship? How dare she?
Wrung her dry storylines. She'll get more. Come on. Johnny, unless they hurry up and give him something to do, he's been involved in the Six, the biggest storyline of the year.
But Lauren was involved with the crush.
Yeah.
She's still in a storyline.
Yeah. She's still dealing with the after effects of the crush. Is she gonna fall into painkiller addiction? You know, there's a chance. But yeah, fucking hell.
I guess that's where we end the video, is it?
Just kind of a little. See,
Barney, Felix,
yeah,
Anna.
Bernie, Felix, Anna, Junior, please. And I suppose these two comments, which are a bit more interesting.
Anna has recently been through a storyline involving an affair, out of an abortion, showcasing a significant emotional journey for her character. Yeah, because abortion is one of the toughest decisions you can do. I don't care what side you stand on that fence. You have to acknowledge that it's a tough decision either way, no matter what side you are. And getting drugged as well. Is it drugged or what did they say?
Spiked,
sorry. I'm using the politically incorrect word. Getting spiked would obviously fuck you up as well. Surely that explains itself. Surely you don't have to spell that one out. But yeah, showcasing a significant emotional journey for a character. Gina seems to lack direction and depth. Again,
not wrong with the direction. She doesn't really have direction, but she is still at the heart of the show in the Queen Vic. So
legacy characters like Billy, Mark and Phil and Ian, they often feel as though they have outlasted their relevance. Their continued presence in the show seems more about nostalgia than narrative and necessarily controversial. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. Phil, you can't really get rid of unless you're going to kill him off, because no, I'm sorry. Look, if Steve McFadden is somehow watching this and you made it this far, I'm sorry, mate, for what I'm about to say, But you've done nothing of note outside of EastEnders. Let's be real.
Yeah, but he has been there for like 30 years.
Yeah.
He's been there for 33 years now. He doesn't need to stay. Like, he made that fucking choice.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, what the fuck is Steve McFadden going to do without EastEnders?
Panto.
Panto. He's been in Britain's toughest or Britain's hardest.
Yes.
And he's been in one movie where he played a bouncer who was essentially Phil Mitchell, but not Phil Mitchell, because he was a bit happier. What the fuck is Steve McFadden going to do with EastEnders?
But, like, I mean, obviously not to completely relate it, but if you do get rid of these characters, you are running into the thing where at some point we'll likely think these characters like them getting rid of Pat, like them getting rid of Peggy. Obviously Peggy kind of, you know, different circumstances behind her needing to leave. Getting rid of Dot. Obviously they're not at the age yet and they've not really been the older people, but fundamentally they are staples of the show and quite important to how it runs. Like I said, outlasted their relevance. Billy, yes. But they're changing the angle. They've given him brothers, so now he's not on his own for once. He's still poor, but he's getting married to Honey, so that's something to do. It's a nice celebration. Martin's just one of the characters who will be there perpetually and get a storyline. Kind of like Jean, he gets a really good one every like 3 years.
Yeah, but what you like, Jean, at least you can do silly sausage surprise and fucking bipolar. Martin, oh no, they're shutting down the market. Oh, well, whatever will I do? Go to the job centre, get a real job, bitch. Say that as a YouTuber.
Phil, yeah, you can't get rid of Phil.
You just can't, not yet at least.
And Ian you could get rid of because they've not really made him a key part of the show as much. He's just kind of there. But
Again,
you could also make him a much greater part of the show, just like when they did Who Killed Lucy, where he was arguably more popular than he had been in years.
Again, just on that, like I said with Steve McFadden, what is Adam Wodiak doing without EastEnders? He practically, if they go, look, Adam, we want you to pick up these scraps off the floor, he'd go, fucking hell, 50 quid, fucking why not? Like, let's be honest. No one is hiring Adam Wodiak to star in a fucking show. He needs EastEnders more than EastEnders needs him. I'm sorry, Ian, if you're watching, Adam, if you're watching this.
Why is he watching it?
I don't know, but if he is, if he somehow wanted to see us talk about him, you know, because he likes his ego, then yeah. But yeah, Ian they don't need to get rid of. The others they don't need to get rid of. It's just
more, I suppose, more about nostalgia than narrative. But like, you know, at the age that these characters were, a lot of these older characters, they weren't the main fucking figurehead of the storylines. Like, no. Dot didn't have a storyline every year. She would have a storyline once every couple of years and then spend the in-between just kind of farting around being Dot. Pat, you know, spent a lot of time just kind of existing for when they had something really big to give her, and then suddenly she had it. These characters exist to first bulk up the numbers, but also add first the recognisable factor of, you know, most people know Phil Mitchell, they know Grant, they know Peggy, they know Pat. They probably know Kat to a lesser extent, and they know Ian, and maybe Sharon. And those characters are not the main attractions, but they are still an important part of the show because it's still somebody from the past can look at them and go, that's fucking them. So
look at the way Adam Sandler makes a movie. You know all his mates are going to be on the movie because there's a need to paycheck for them. You go to the movie, you're there to see Adam Sandler, but his friends are there. And you just look at it. It's the way I look at it. Because a casual person, yeah, they might not care about Teddy, they might not care about Harry, might not care about Barney, might not care about Gina, might not care about Anna.
I mean, take how you farted about the EastEnders for a bit, but then you heard that Dot was dying.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you're right back in.
Yeah, because they know you need the nostalgia to some sense. It's different, like in a sense of like Robert Downey Jr., for example, where he was played Iron Man and then they killed him off, which was the right decision, and they went, fuck, we need Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom, that's different because you're killing off a character to then bring him back to play a different character. It's like if they killed off Phil Mitchell and they went, you're playing Grant now. It's like, what? No. But yeah, that's my point, is you need these characters here so for people who don't know the show or who knew them from the memes or from the TikTok can go, I recognise these characters from the show. They're here, but let me see who else is here. You know?
They are the foundation,
yeah,
right? They don't shake too often. You know, they just mostly just do their shit and then they get the fuck out.
Like Ian, everyone knows that. I've got nothing left.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left. Right, yeah, that's maybe it. But you're gonna remember that. And if you see that TikTok at like 10:30 at night, you might be a bit curious, going, where is Ian now in EastEnders? And then you look at all the stuff and you might go, I'm getting back into it. It's all about like keeping things.
You want the right mixture, because if you completely alienate old viewers by getting rid of all the older characters, and they don't like the newer ones, like most of the fucking subreddit who hate all the new characters, you need to find a nice little middle, a nice little in between, a nice little fucking layer of jam in between two bits of sponge.
Yeah, and the last comment here says, you do need nostalgia though. You need a character who you remember watching as a kid, and when you tune back in, have things make sense by seeing a familiar face. The legacy characters also tend to be the best actors because a lot of these newcomers over here. But the thing I will say on that is, yeah, it's a revolving door. Like, if you watch a show or a movie for the past 10 years and then it gets rebooted but they keep one of the characters, you're still going to watch it because you remember that one character. He might be a new character, but you remember him playing that character. He's just different now. He's in a different role. It's the same thing, like, again, with wrestling, where obviously the 100 wrestlers are going to leave, but there'll always be 5 people who stay, and those 5 people will get you back to watch. Like, I can name 100 wrestlers, and if I name John Cena, you'll remember John Cena. That's it. It's the same with EastEnders. I could name 50 EastEnders characters, but if you just hear Phil, Ian, Sharon, and maybe Kat and Stacey, depending on that one comedian, which I'm not going to say here, then you will remember. Like, you'll remember those characters. You go, I wonder what they're doing, and I'll come back in. It's kind of a happy feeling because it's your childhood coming back.
It's something familiar, right?
Yeah.
It's something familiar. No one wants to go into something completely brand new because, you know, suddenly you don't know what the fuck's going on. But if you know Stacey, you know what Kat's been up to, suddenly, oh shit, I knew Kat. I liked Kat. This is what I knew of Kat. Let's see how the fuck she's changed. So, yeah, it's a really weird but interesting tangent to talk about. But all in all, there are many characters that are going under the axe in February and in the coming months, as and when Ben Wadey takes over as executive producer. But tell us who you think should be axed or who is in danger of being axed in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Join us in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.